Hey, what's up, Deadheads? I'm back for another 60-second lesson. This one's going to be different than any other one I've done because I'm going to give you a little insight on what happened today in my guitar club. Okay? So, in my guitar club, I have two different guitar clubs, but in my premium club, which I'm live 4 separate hours a week on a group Zoom with people in the club, and they're not rollover classes, they're all individual. Well, today and every Thursday at noon Eastern, I do what's called Jerry Day. And I want to give you a little insight on exactly what went down on today's lesson, because it's really cool. On most of my lessons, I do an opening jam. So it's like an hour-long lesson, and to the first 5 or 6 minutes, we do an opening jam. And today for Jerry Day, we actually did Jerry covering a Bob Dylan song, Positively 4th Street. And what was great about today's opening jam was I was able to use things that I teach people in the club, things that are in my pre-recorded videos and live videos, live sessions that I've done, and kind of wrapped it all into one song, or at least a lot of it into one song. So I'm going to share it with you right now. This is how it went down. I was telling everybody in the club, and normally on a live call, I mean, not everybody in the club is on a live call. I have between 5 and 15 people on a live call. So it's still pretty intimate. People get to unmute and ask me questions, and it's great. No complaints. But this is what happened today with Positively 4th Street. I taught the song, and I taught it to everybody how Jerry does it in the key of G. And I have a really cool shortcut way of teaching students how to find a 1-4-5 progression and their relative minors. So you end up getting 6 guitar chords or 6 musical chords together in any key. And it's all movable. I have a whole shortcut thing that gets you right to it so you can already have your ear trained. So I was telling everybody in this song, you have chords that go G's the 1, A minor's the 2, C's the 4, and G's the 1. G's the 1, D's the 5, C's the 4, E minor's the 6, and D's the 5. All these movable bar chords. So I could have taken that whole progression. That's the whole song, by the way. It's a 1-2-4 progression on the first half, and then the second half of it is 1-5-4-6-5. Sounds complicated, but once you get it, it's mind-blowing. I've had so many people tell me, like, Mike, I've been playing guitar for decades. I had no idea. Everything was always a one-off to me, memorizing stuff. You're showing me how to become a musician and how to actually understand that there are millions of songs that I could learn just by understanding how to put chords together. So we did the opening jam, and I'm reading off the lyrics, and I'm singing, and everyone's playing along. Some people are playing leads, some people are playing triads, some people are playing bar chords, some people are playing open chords, wherever you are on the ladder, okay? And I talk about that a lot. So I end up crunching the theory into it, okay? Even though I'm playing open chords, you got it. A minor's the 2 chord, the C chord's the 4, and G's the 1. 1 to the 5 to the 4 and the 6 to the 5. And while I'm on the D, you might see somebody in the club, or actually I can see everybody in the club. They're using like a triad or maybe a double stop. You know, like little things you can fill in from from your list of tools in the toolbox. But after that opening jam was done, I was like, hey, anybody have any questions on the theory? How all that works. So, and one guy was like, hey, Mike, wait, so the second half went from the 1 to the 5, and where'd it go from that? I was like, went to the 4, and then the 6, back to the 5. Cool. So when you're going to learn other songs, like in the key of G, it starts to make sense because you're using the same chords from that song that you're going to use in literally millions of songs. So as we're going along, we ended up doing the jam. First, I'd taught the song, and then very quickly too, because if you're in my club, you have an understanding of, simple theory and how to play certain chords. So it's my club is not for people that have never played guitar. It's really a place for people that have been playing guitar for a while that never had the wires connected. People that come from traditional, jazz, classical instructors and never understood what they were talking about. And people who have never taken guitar lessons before and just know how to memorize songs. They end up coming to me, and I'm the one that glues it all together. But anyway, later on in the lesson, I was like, okay, well, one of the many things I teach people how to do when they're learning how to be a guitar player is I recommend getting a loop pedal. So I have mine set up right now. I'm going to play these chords one time through on a loop. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3, 4. So right now it's looping. Let me turn it up a little bit. And I'm teaching everybody how to play leads over it, just like Jerry. Let me turn it down actually for a second because I want to say something real quick. So the song's in the key of G. So all of my students know right away, major key, play the major pentatonic, which is just a country scale. We call it a country scale. So I get students to understand where to set that up. It takes very little bit of time. And all of a sudden you're noodling around and practicing with a scale, and it sounds like this. This is like more of a beginner, I teach them how to bend a string. You're on that step of the ladder. You start learning more and more and more about chord tones, maybe some triads, all that. But what about the melody of the song? You hear the melody in there? It's all inside of the major pentatonic. And now you have a melody line. Let me stop this. Now you have like a little bit of the melody going on, but you also have an improvisational scale. So you know what that means? It means that you can start to sit there and go, if I learn the chords to a song, and I have a little background on the theory of it, like, oh, that's in that key, and that's a simple, 1-5, 6-4 progression, however the song goes. And you start to hear it, and you're thinking about it, and it starts to sound like some other songs you've learned. I mean, later on in today's lesson, I ended up teaching 4 Jerry tunes that all use the same chords, and it was just, I see people's faces like, wow, that's so cool. But anyway, you're building up to becoming a lead player, and you're going, oh, I would never be able to take a lead on a song. I don't know how to do all that. But you end up finding that these little check marks, which are like climbing a ladder, end up getting you to actually be able to reach some sort of a little light at the end of the tunnel. I think I could play lead guitar. I think I could play melodies. I would have fun doing that. And it's like, well, wait, you actually found the melody of the song? That when it's like, near, 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 and it's like sitting right inside of the scale that makes sense. It's all right inside that. You guys know a pentatonic scale. And then, there's these little tricks that I teach. I can't give it all away right now, but ways to get you to be there. So then you get people in the club that are like commenting and saying, this is great, this is so cool. And it's like, hey, Mike, does this work for every song that you want to learn? You could pretty much just learn the chords, be a guitar player that knows how to play the chords, but then actually see how they're all part of one key, one family. And that helps you to be able to play the entire neck. Yes, that's the answer, right? So I got people playing triads and they're like, that. I got some people playing double stops. And little things there. I was following the chords there. That's what I was doing. I have people who love low melodies, like Jerry. Like a bass player. And all that ends up adding up. Hey, how about this 11-minute, 60-second lesson? I'm going to finish with this. If you, I'm talking to you, have any desire to finally connect the wires, any desire to become somebody that can improvise on just about any song, and by the way, I don't talk about strum patterns in my club. I don't send tabs out in my club. Tabs, schmabs. Tabs give you the answer. I get it. I've used tabs in the past before too, of course. They're all over the internet and all that. But it didn't take me very long to finally realize that, wait, are all my favorite guitar players, even like the guy down the street that's a really good guitar player, did he learn how to do that from a tab? No. People who want to play guitar and play melodies have a choice. Do you want to read tabs and memorize? Or do you want to learn where those tabs come from? Do you want to learn how to be a guitar player? That's where I come in. And strum patterns and my rhythm sucks. Everyone's rhythm sucks. Try to go to a person who's taking their first drum lesson, okay? Then talk to them 6 months later, if they've been practicing. Okay, that's you playing guitar. If you're trying to work on strumming and all that, I do teach I have a video that's a simple video on strumming exercise. Teaches you about quarter notes and eighth notes and all that. And they're definitely patterns, if you want to call them that. But then when it's time to play the song, throw that stuff, that specific pattern thing out the window, and you become you as a musician. How do you strum it? I say to the guys in the club, imagine going to a drum circle, all right? A drum circle, and somebody hands you a drum. Are you gonna play the same exact pattern as the guy next to you? And is he playing the same pattern as the guy next to him? No, you just listen to the circle of time and tap and move your head, okay? And I wonder what's gonna happen. Pick, no pick, whatever. Those are the best guitar players. The ones that don't overplay, don't overthink, don't need a tab to tell them what to play, and don't need some teacher online to say, well, that strum pattern on that song is down, down, up, up, down, down, up, and then it goes to the down, down, up, up, up. What are we trying to do? Are we trying to clone the songs? Or, you guys are deadheads. If you're still watching this video right now, you're a deadhead. You're a guitar fan, maybe even just a little bit, and you need to be shown the light, like my teacher showed it to me. And many of the musicians that I have played with and continue to play with have helped me to carve out. And that is, relax, enjoy guitar. Even while you're learning it, enjoy it. And tabs and strum patterns and 5 positions of a pentatonic scale, nope, nope, nope. Not coming in, not gonna be involved if you wanna study with me. How do you study with me? I'm gonna make it really easy for you. I just updated the site, gratefulmike.com. I have 2 guitar clubs. I have a smaller version of a guitar club, okay, my standard version or starter version, where you can see me, you can be on live with me once a month, and you'll get a new song video every Monday, you'll get a new guitar tip every Tuesday, and you can enjoy this big library that I have of categorized short videos covering lead guitar and chords and theory, and songs. And I have a beginner section. I have an advanced section. There's just category after category. Okay, and you get to also be in a community. Okay, this is a professional website, by the way, guys. A professional website will give you a community and where you can write things and share things and all that. There's an open mic. You can perform yourself and post it on there just for the deadheads that are in this club. No one else's club, no one else, nothing public. Okay, and people can. I just commented on somebody who's doing Black Peter just like an hour ago. I was like, hey, great job, man, keep going. And there were other people like, hey, it sounds really good, man. That guy's confidence is shot through the roof because he's got this community to go to, and you can work it at your own pace. All right. Now with the Standard Club, I'm live once a month, and you can take the whole month to work with the videos. Like I said, new stuff every week, old stuff that just keeps you very, very busy. You can. I talked to people about using a notebook, and you can organize yourself. You can come up with some questions when you come see me once a month. And then in the Premium Club, Grateful Mike's Guitar Club, the premium version, that's where I'm live. I'm live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So that gives the West Coast folks a 7 p.m. I'm live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern. And every Thursday is Jerry Day at noon, Eastern. All right? And listen, these are recorded and they're stored in the archives with timestamps. I had a guy that was like, hey, you ever teach Crazy Fingers before? And I was like, go to the search bar. Oh, look, there it is. Mike taught it in October of 2024, and there's the timestamp, boom. And within 10 seconds, he's got me, his favorite teacher, teaching him how to play Crazy Fingers. I've been in the club for a year and a half. I've been running the club for a year and a half. You don't think I have just about every Dead tune on there, or Dylan, or I got a whole bunch of Beatles stuff, a whole bunch of techniques on soloing and theory. Please, triads, which is like my favorite thing to play. It's all there. And when you're in the Premium Club, you also have 24/7 access to private messaging with me. Hey, Mike, I need a little help with this homework I'm working on. Or can you give me some homework? I'm working on Bertha. Do you have any tips on that little quick change? I'm here for you. Okay, I have a cap in that club. I only have about 10 more slots left until I'm capped out because I can't teach everybody. I got to be able to work individually. I do not have a cap for the Standard Club, the smaller one. Costs a lot less money, and it's because it's perfect for so many people. But the Premium Club is also perfect for others. All right, that could be you. All right, just go to GratefulMike.com. You'll see those options, and you can sign up right away today for the Standard Club. The Premium Club, we would have to book a call and I have to meet you. I had to meet you and talk to you and see where you are with guitar and see if the Premium Club is the right fit for you. All right, guys, thank you for your time. This is the longest 60-second lesson I'll ever do, okay? And I just wanted to give you a little insight on how it goes inside the club, all right? Why? Because I love it. I'm more passionate than any guitar teacher you'll ever meet in your life. I care. I was teaching Ripple a little bit today. I loved it. I've been playing Ripple for 25 years. I loved it. I'm not like, oh, Ripple, please, You're teaching the blues. I love it. I love it. My very first guitar lesson with my teacher back in 1997, he said to me, what kind of music you into? And I told him Hendrix, the Zeppelin, the Beatles, Grateful Dead. He's like, oh, you need to learn the blues. You need to learn the 1, 4, 5. And that changed my life forever. And I'm here to deliver it to you. So go to GratefulMike.com and let the journey begin. Hope to hear from you guys. And if you have any questions, like you want to email me directly, no problem. Mike@GratefulMike.com. Does it get any easier than that? Hope to see you guys. GratefulMike.com. GratefulMike.com. Peace.